Favorite Chinese food? Probably sesame chicken. Or lo mein. I love lo mein. Okay, let's start. Joy-Cons. For now, we're gonna have to adjust this as we keep going. I'm gonna give Joy-Cons either a high C or low B. Probably high C for now. They're fine. They're a great idea, but they drift. I don't know. The joysticks are kind of bad. And if you have to play games with one Joy-Con, it also kind of sucks because they're so fucking small. You need baby hands to play with them. Joy-Cons are pretty bad, but cool concept. That's exactly what I'm saying, dude. I'm gonna keep them in C tier. Joy-Cons are easy D tier. Well, we'll get to that. Maybe we'll change it. Xbox 360, goated. At least high A. Maybe not goated. Really, really good controller. For its time, best controller in that era. At least high A for me. 360 is a high A for me. I love the 360 controller. It is perfect. Almost. Fucking chunky OG Xbox, D tier. It's too big. The black and white buttons are stupid. The D-pad is awful. Oh, 360 D-pad sucks also. So that's what's keeping it out of S tier. PlayStation has better controller. I don't know. If you're talking about DualSense, there could be an argument made for that. But if it comes to like PS4, PS3, and Xbox, I'm gonna choose Xbox on that. Chunks your egg box D tier. Okay, I'm glad we're all in agreement with the OG Xbox controller. Super Nintendo controller. This is gonna be high A tier. Over 360, I think, for me. Okay, listen. I realize that you're gonna play a Super Nintendo game, and this controller is probably gonna be like 25 fucking years old or older. But if you play a pristine Super Nintendo controller, that shit's clean. It's so simple. Listen, this is something I used to do when I was younger. But I used to lick these buttons here because they look like Smarties. And let me tell you, they don't taste like Smarties. But that's gonna put it in A tier for me for now. We might change it later. What do you guys think? Super Nintendo, one of the first to have 4-button layout and shoulder buttons, high A. SNES, B tier, says Yo Man. Why does Xbox have the controller sticks in different positions? PlayStation has them symmetrical. I love the offset joysticks. I don't know why. It just works. Everyone's different, though. There's no definitive answer between those. Not saying you're wrong. DualShock 4. This is going probably B tier for me. It feels nice. The touchpad is really bright. Or not the touchpad, I'm sorry. The light in the back is really bright. And the battery life on the DualShock 4 is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Everything else is solid, though. It's a good controller. There's nothing wrong with it. Just short battery life, and the light bar in the back is too bright. There's also a little known thing. You can go in settings and turn the light bar in the back down to make it dimmer to save on battery. It's like a life hack. All right. I gotta be honest, guys. I've never used the Sega Genesis controller. Or is this... Wait, this is the Genesis controller. What's this one? What's this controller, guys? Wait, is that the Saturn? Or is this Dreamcast? No, this is Dreamcast. This is the Saturn controller. This is Sega Saturn. Yeah, this is Saturn. This is Dreamcast over here with a joystick. Dreamcast had joystick. I've never used Sega Saturn. It's probably bad. Right? It's probably bad. I don't know. There is no tier for never used it, so. I've never used the Genesis controller either. I'm just gonna put them in D tier. I don't know. Both bad? Okay, I'll take your word for it. Wii U gamepad. If you guys have been at my stream long enough, you know how I feel about the Wii U gamepad. It's fucking garbage tier. F tier. Fucking hell tier. If there was a hell tier, I'd put it down there. It's so bad. The battery life, listen, I just did a Let's Play on Twilight Princess HD, and I would play with the gamepad, and this thing would die in an hour and a half. No joke. It would die in an hour and a half. It's a cool idea. They just didn't execute it right. It's a little too big. A little too big. The battery life is awful. It's bulky. It's ugly. I don't know, guys. It's just bad. Doodle would put gamepad in high C. That's a take. That's fine. I'm keeping it in D tier. I'm keeping it in D tier. Gamepad wasn't even that bad. It's just, I don't know. It's bad. I think it's bad. I don't mind it. It depends on what game you're playing, though. The thing with the gamepad is that it adds a lot of quality of life features to some remastered games like Zelda. All right, you know what? We'll put it above the we'll put it above OG Xbox Egg controller. PS1 controller? Probably A tier for me. It's pretty good controller. Is it better than DualShock 4? I don't know. DualShock 4 has to be better, right? I remember thinking the PS1 controller was fine, considering the time. I guess that's true. You do have to consider the time. Yo Man thinks it's better than DualShock 4. I don't know about that, dude. I think I'm going to leave it here. It's a fine controller. Low D tier, says Doodle. Oh, man. Jeez, really? You think it's low D tier? Considering the time, it was better. That's true. We do have to consider the time. PS1 and 2 are a bit smaller. That's true. I like bigger controllers. Not this fucking big. But I like bigger controllers. I have decently sized hands, so... Doodle thinks it's a really cheap controller, dude. It's been a while since I've used one, but I don't remember it feeling that cheap. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm sorry, Doodle. Switch Pro controller, S tier. Easy S tier. Easy S tier for me. This might be top 3 controllers for me. Top 3 controllers for me. The battery life is powered by nuclear power. It is nuclear powered battery. This thing will last you like 40 hours of gameplay. The sticks are perfect. The weight is perfect. The triggers are perfect. The D-pad is perfect. The screenshot button is perfect. It is an amazing controller. Pro controllers wear easily. I disagree, dude. I've had mine since launch, and it's still perfect. I don't know what you do with your controllers, yo man, but it's not right. Mine is fine, and I've had it for 7 years. You played Smash too much? That's true. That could do it. There's a little city powering the dank controller. Prove me wrong. It's perfect. I'm glad we're on the same page on that. Hip-hop grew up with the NES and Super Nintendo, so smaller controllers are the OGs. That makes sense, dude. That makes sense. PS1 with no analog sticks. Probably C tier. Imagine playing fucking anything on PS1 with this controller. Rocket Poop says GOAT. Cheap as heck. I just don't like it. It looks ugly, dude. It looks ugly. Yo man, PS1 without analog, F tier. Low D. Okay. Should I put it in D tier? You guys are persuading me to put it in D tier. I'll put it in D tier. It's ugly. I don't like the way it looks. Sorry. PS2 controller. I like this one the best. I like it better than DualShock 4 even. I don't know if it's nostalgia for me. But I enjoy the PS2 controller. I really do. What do you guys think about PS2 controller? Dude, we're getting to GameCube, yo, man. I know. We are almost there. Just please discuss PS2 controller with me first. We are getting there. I have a lot of nostalgia for PS2. It felt good. Everything's fine with it. Everything's fine. It's not far from PS1 with analog, no comment. Also true. Okay, what do we feel about the NES? Probably A tier. I think I like Super Nintendo better. Here, I'll do that. I'll do that. I like how all the Sony controllers are B tier. Looks wise, cool as hell. True. Do I really need to talk about this? Do I really need to talk about this controller here? NES is B tier. Considering you grew up with it, you're persuading me to put it down there. No, we all know. Okay. Going back to GameCube, a professional Lucas player on Ultimate here. Best controller, best design, prove me wrong. I 100% agree with you. GameCube controller is so good. Now, the thing with GameCube controller is it could not handle today's games, but for the time, this controller is goated. GameCube controller, Ultra Instinct GOAT. Two buttons in square almost hurts the hold. All right, B tier. There. It's been a while since I've held an NES controller. Actually, the last time I've used an NES controller was with the NES Classic, and aren't those smaller? D-pad is GameCube controller's only flaw. That's true. It's really small. That's true. And it's so damn loud. GameCube controller's loud. You're not turning your GameCube on at 2 in the morning trying to hide from your parents playing Smash Bros. They're going to hear that shit. All right, N64 controller. I know all you guys are going to hate this, okay? This is my grow-up console. This is pure nostalgia for me. Does this controller make sense? No. It doesn't. But I have so many memories with this controller. It's going in C tier. It's not that bad. Listen, this left side here doesn't need to exist. I know. Only this part. But this is my childhood. The analog stick sucks. The D-pad sucks. The third little dick sucks. It's not good, but it's so nostalgic for me. Doodle puts it in high B. I'm not gonna go that far. Without nostalgia goggles, it's so bad. Well, with nostalgia goggles, it puts it in C tier for me. I've used a Dreamcast controller once, like back when it first came out when my older brother got it. So I don't have much to say on this. I'll put it here. It looks gross. I don't remember much of it though. What's with that funky thing? What, the Dreamcast? I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. Does anyone have anything to say about Dreamcast? Because I don't really know much about it. I was a Nintendo kid, not a Sega kid. The third prong is pretty dumb, but the stick was very fluent on my controller and was amazing for Smash. Yeah. It's just the analog on N64 would wear out really fast, though. It would also drill a hole in your hands if you're not careful. We set up cool and innovative, little before its time. I agree. Thank God GameCube is S. Nicole's back. Glad to know that we're all on the same page about GameCube, guys. Yeah, let's talk about the Wii a little bit. The Wii gets a lot of hate. And again, it's nostalgic for me, you know. This is a good controller. And the reason I'm saying this is because all of these Switch remasters we're getting makes me actually miss the Wiimote. Like playing Metroid Prime, it's better with a Wiimote nunchuck. Playing Pikmin, it's better with a Wiimote and nunchuck. Are there other... I think I'm missing a few other games, right? I'm trying to think. I'm missing at least one, I know for sure. Anyways, the Wiimote and nunchuck, it's silly, but it works. It works. Oh, the Mario Galaxy on the Switch. I would prefer the Wiimote and nunchuck for that too. You hold little nostalgia for it. It's just pretty solid. However, playing Wii games on other consoles without a Wiimote is so awkward. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Mario Galaxy was weird. Yep. I had to do a whole Let's Play on Mario Galaxy with the... I did it with the Pro Controller. It was fine, but it wasn't the same. Just playing Wii games without it's just not the same. PS3, I don't have much to say on this. They're all the same, guys. They're all the same. It's a shame that DualSense isn't on here. What the fuck is this? A Mad Catz wired Xbox controller? Get that away from me. I don't know. Whatever. And then Xbox One, that's going in S tier for me. I think we're done here. The list is finished. Yeah, let me see if I want to make any changes here. I feel weird about putting Joy-Cons down in C tier. This doesn't look right to me. Everything is in the right place for Doodle. I kind of want to do this. This looks better to me. I like the Joy-Cons. Are they great? No, but they're innovative and fine. Yo Man thinks Joy-Cons are right. Really? They're not great. I know they're not great. Not even good. I think they're good, dude. They're good. They're not bad. Below average. Really, guys? This looks better to me, though. This looks better to me. And remember, the Sega controllers are only down here because I've never used them before. If it weren't for the consistency of their problems, B would be easy. I've only ever had one Joy-Con drift. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it here. This is my video game controllers list. If DualSense was on here, DualSense would be an S tier for me too. I think DualSense would go in between Xbox One and Switch Pro. Small controllers, no D-pad on the right. Joy-Con, the IR sensor is rarely used. Joy-Con drift exists. The locking system breaks easy. All right. Those were all valid points. You have had 4 sets of Joy-Cons drift? Really? I've only had my blue launch Joy-Con is the only one that has drifted. And I got the Skyward Sword HG Joy-Cons, and those ones are doing just fine. Locking system's a good one, it is. All right, I think we're finished here, guys.